It's Saturday, April 16th, 2016. See, I almost messed up there. You're listening to NSK's PB Power Hour, brought to you by NewSchoolKaidan.com. My name is Yoshi. This is your new home of the NSK podcast, or temporary. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but
we'll find out.
We'll figure it out. This is a test. We want to try something new. We're going to focus this show on the PVs and our impressions on it. That voice you just heard is Day Lee. What's going on, man?
Hi. Doing good. It's a hot day.
It's a hot day here, too.
It's been in the 80s. I don't know how high you're like. Well, I don't know what your temperature's like.
88.
On a typical 88?
Yeah.
Already?
With humidity. Yeah.
So, I mean, when did it start rising?
Like 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's been about... I think there was like a 10-degree difference from like last week to this week, so it's...
That's pretty big.
Kind of depressing. I think it's supposed to calm down to like mid-70s maybe.
Yeah.
But I think that's as good as we can get until summer hits.
Right. So we just got to ride the storm. But I bet someone else has a cooler weather than us. Draco, I bet you're having...
Oh, boy, do I ever.
Is it hailing over there?
Snowing?
Snow. Yeah, we still have snow.
God
in
damn
the
it.
state of...
Confusion? Oh.
Yes. I know you are always in the state
Land
of
of confusion. Phil Collins.
Yeah, in Wyoming.
In Wyoming.
We actually have a winter weather storm advisory.
Oh, shit.
In effect
it's not
right
winter,
now.
man. It's spring.
Yeah. Yeah, you tell that to the weatherman.
Yeah. Well, go right to your local weatherman. Let them know it's spring.
Because it's like I'm not sure what the low is supposed to be tonight. I heard 29, but we'll see.
Jesus Christ.
With a high... Oh, no. According to this, the high is actually supposed to be in the 40s tomorrow, but... Yeah, it's... There's a chance of, like, snow tonight.
High of 40. My God. All right.
I would love to have a high of 40.
Which is a difference of about 20 degrees.
Jeez.
From last week. Actually, just, like, a couple days ago.
So... This is a good trend for you?
No.
No?
No.
You liked it better last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, last week was definitely better. I mean, I'm sitting here in a sweatshirt this week because it's cold in my room.
Jesus.
So
I can't believe it's going down over there.
I sleep naked. All right, that's a disgusting image for those of you at home.
No blanket at all, just naked.
No, just naked with the fan, just saying hello to my nubile body. So yeah.
Must feel nice.
Yeah, it is.
Koreans believe that you die if you sleep with a fan in front of you. Because the fan is going to suck the soul.
That's what I hear.
Or
that's
push
what I
the
hear.
soul away from your body. I have no idea. My mom actually told me about that. And I was like, no, I'm putting the fan in front of my face when I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
So...
I don't like I don't like the fan in front of my face because it tends to irritate my sinuses. But
actually, when I wake up, my mouth gets
dry.
really dry. Yeah, it's because I slept with my mouth open or something. The fan was on all night. I try to point it towards my feet now, just so I can feel the air hitting some part of my body, and it cools me down a little bit, so I can just fall asleep. Is our ceiling fans a big thing in Florida?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're even outside.
Oh yeah.
Put them
just
outside.
To push air around.
Yes. It's fucking stupid, but everyone has one.
I've seen those.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I've seen pictures of those.
Yeah, I just asked because I went to Hawaii, and all the houses I've ever been into, it's just like a ceiling fan in every single room.
Yep. That's
and
Florida.
They're actually pretty effective for the humidity and the heat.
Yeah, it moves the air around, so that's that's all you can ask for.
Thing, yeah. In Southern California, it's really hard to find those, I guess.
We're talking about weather, but I think we need to get into...
Welcome to the Weather Podcast.
The Weather Podcast, not the NSK PB.
We talk about the weather every week.
Yeah. That's like boring people, right? That's the stereotype. Boring people talk about weather.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Nice meeting you guys for the first time in my life. But I would like to start talking about some Japanese idols here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Good shit in here.
All right, so this is where we just talk about idols until the end of the show. We're not gonna, dilly dally
Nope.
around. We're just gonna get straight into the meat. We're gonna start
Yeah.
with Wa-Suta, the world standard.
World standard.
They are the world standard. The song's called Seishu Masakari.
What does that mean?
Right in the middle of Seishu.
Right in the middle?
Yeah, just like when
Of
you're going
Seishu?
right through it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Sounds like an idol song.
No, that would explain the English title of "In the Bloom of Youth."
Yeah.
I guess the middle's the bloom.
Ah.
Yeah, you're just like you hit your Seishun and you're going up, you're in the middle of the upslope, you're just about to reach full Seishun. You're in the middle of it.
How familiar are you guys with world standard Wa-Suta?
Not.
Not
Not
very,
at all.
Watched
Or-
their last. I think it's the other song off this single.
That's an
EP,
album.
I guess.
Or
Yeah.
mini album or EP, yeah.
Oh no, this is like a full album. There's 11 songs on it.
Oh really? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
I remember the first time I saw them was when I was watching Idol.
Ultra Miracle? No. Not that.
No, I
EP.
saw them at the annual, what was it, the Idol Festival? Idol.
Yeah, yeah.
Tokyo Idol Festival.
Yeah, Tokyo Idol Festival. They were just doing like a summary of like performances that were happening there, and I saw this group, and I was like, oh, this song is actually really good. And I looked it up, and it was Wa-Suta.
Did you check out Ultra Miracle Coal Final Ultimate Choco Beam?
I don't know it by that name, but if I heard it, I probably would know.
You should go like listen to it like 100 times. It's kind of awesome.
It's kind of stupid too, but
It's like the good stupid. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
This the one with the stupid long name?
Yes,
Yeah, Ultra Miracle. Oh yeah, I have definitely. I love this song.
that's an incredible song. So this song not as crazy as
Not
that
as
one,
crazy.
but it has
But
a
it's-
similar dumb feel
Yeah,
to it.
I feel like compared to a lot of idol groups, they are still more on the extreme end.
Yeah, and
of,
considering they're Avex too, that's
Hyperness. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Avex that prefers very like middle of the road, not super adventurous.
Yeah, straightforward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
songs.
this is more. This is more a Stardust group than a Avex group.
Yeah,
This
It's like
is
a
more
toned
of a
down.
Stardust group. This is more of a Stardust song than Takoyaki Rainbow's recent output
Avex,
lately,
which is an Avex song.
which is
yeah.
also an Avex thing. Yeah, it's like they
Yeah.
swapped songs or something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like Wa-Suta is also known for really zany songs, so I'm glad that they didn't lose any character with the song. You know?
Yeah. It's catchy.
I like the song a lot.
I'd like to smack everyone in that audience with a fan on the head though, because there's way too many cell phones.
That's the point, though. There's a shot. There's a shot in the PV where they're taking footage of the people that.
Right, it's like a compilation of different footage that people took during the
It's only for
concert.
like 5 seconds, but you see it. Like,
Yeah.
here's this guy's Twitter handle, and that's his video that he took. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I thought that's pretty interesting. I mean, it's not really fulfilled like completely here, but
Yeah, I'm kind of
least-
glad that it was a short segment where they did that and
Yeah.
not the whole PV,
Yeah.
just swapping from one camera to another. Yeah, it's a good song. I like the chorus a lot. I like the Nyan Kopora sort of chant they do at the end of them.
do you?
Yeah, it's. I think it adds a lot of character to the song. Makes it memorable to me.
Yeah. I guess they're all cat people.
That's how they were in the last PV too. I don't really understand like what they were going for, but
I don't either, because the song basically asks if you're a cat or dog person, and
And then they're all cats.
yeah.
I mean, Ultra Miracle also had cat references too. Like they were directly saying like, "Why am I acting like a cat?"
Yeah.
And here they are. They're still acting like cats.
Yep.
I mean, idols acting like cats is much more of a established thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what do dog ears even look like?
They look like cat ears.
Yeah, so they could very well be dogs. You just wouldn't know. It could be a dog acting like a cat.
Dogs, I think, would be rounder.
I mean, depends on the breed, right?
Yeah.
So this PV, what do you think?
I mean, it's a live shot for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's...
Is it a
Yeah.
normal thing for them to have English subtitles on all their releases?
They're doing
they-
it for Wa-Suta at least.
Yeah, they did on their last one, too.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know,
this-
but yeah, I haven't followed them.
From what I heard, this is supposed to be released in 150 some countries.
Yeah,
Really?
So,
Wow.
it's like a worldwide release. That's why they're the world standard, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
World standard.
so they're really pushing for the acceptance of it worldwide.
Yeah, I think as a PV, this relays a lot of what I like about Wa-Suta as a group. Just really colorful, really playful. I like the choreography.
Yeah.
I mean, cat motions.
Yeah, there's just a lot of...
Excessive amount of cat motions.
Yeah, and like their outfits are really cute. And members look like they're having a lot of fun. The concert looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. The close-up shots are good too.
Yeah, it's a good mix of like studio recorded stuff. You know, they have a set that they recorded a lot of things on, but they also included a lot of live footage and then footage that people took at the show.
Yeah.
You guys see the light tubes? Like, there's like member shots in the light tubes. It's not like the live shots. It's like a separate thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, where they shot it in like a more...
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of fucking Wa-Suta Take a Chance, Morning Musume.
Oh, yeah.
They did the same shit. It's
Where they have like, they
that's-
had like tables that like lit up or whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they had like tubes going across and stuff. That reminded me of Wa-Suta.
Or the new Anger Me song. Both have
Perfume also released, what is it, a song from their album that was also a PV. They had Perfume members swinging around neon light sticks, light staffs. So, guess we could establish that as a trend of some sort.
Yeah, it's kind of been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Wa-Suta Take a Chance.
Wasta Teka.
So Kenneth wants us to answer the question: are we a cat
What?
or a dog person?
I have a dog.
Yeah, I'm dog.
I have cats in the house. I don't really take care of them aside from like, feeding them from time to time. They're not in my room, so
And you don't love them, is what you're saying.
they're just like around, you know.
Yeah.
Cats are too moody
Whatever.
for me.
What? They don't have any emotions. They just sleep around and don't do
Just, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I've seen some pretty moody cats, dude. Stuck up cats.
shit. Well, you need to get some new cats or something. I don't know.
Cats are nice because they mostly take care of themselves.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. Just cut their nails and feed them.
Yep.
They'll
And
stick around for a while.
Clean the litter. That's about
Yeah.
it. You don't have to walk them.
Nope.
That's pretty nice. As a lazy man, I don't have to walk them. Pretty fucking awesome.
It actually is pretty awesome.
It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So what would you rate this?
I'd probably give this an 80 for the song. The
80 for the song?
Yeah, the PV. 75.
75?
I enjoy watching it,
That's fair.
and I find it funny that the entire audience also has cat ears.
God.
Yeah. I mean, this concert is still like created specifically for the PV, right? So
Oh,
they
for
had
sure,
like
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they had all the Make sure all the fans were decked out with all the correct gear and.
Yeah, they probably told the fans, "Hey, you can sign up. Bring it. You know, we'll give you cat ears and just have a camera phone and take a video."
Yeah.
I will probably be around the same. I'll give the song like a 78. I think the PV I can give like a 75 as well.
Yeah, I think I'm probably around you guys. I'll give the song an 81, 82. I think it's gonna grow on me.
I think it definitely has the capacity to grow on me.
It doesn't.
It could definitely go well into 80s territory.
Yeah, it's just not fully catching my attention, but I feel like it is grabbing me.
Yeah.
So the potential's there, so I'll give it an 82. I'll be generous and give it an 82. I think the PV, it's pretty fun. It's pretty nice. It's shot really well. Just not all that interesting. So, you know, for the quality, I'll give it a 78.
I really like what Wa-Suta's doing and what they have been doing. I just haven't taken the step to become like a real fan.
Right.
Like a fan of the group where I like know the members and, you know, like I don't have that level dedication yet, but I feel like I'm sort of at the precipice. Like I can definitely go in deep and just be like a really big world standard fan.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this song is good proof. It's further proof that, you know, that could definitely happen with me.
Yeah.
This album might be really awesome. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way it would win me over, honestly. If you put out a really, really kick-ass album.
That's Wa-Suta. Inuneko Seishun Masakari. Next up, PassCode Ninja Bomber.
Ninja Bomber. With like a 30-second intro.
Yeah.
That explains why they're ninjas or something.
The thing is, they use like that.
Oh, the
font.
olden, yeah.
It's like a cursive font.
Yeah.
And I
So
can't
it's just
read
hard
half
to
of it.
read.
Yeah, I struggle with kanji to begin with. So when you combine that with fucking cursive style writing, it's a problem. So I can't read most of it.
They're ninjas.
They're fucking ninjas.
This takes place sometime long ago, is what they're saying, probably.
Or maybe they're future ninjas.
Oh yeah, after civilization has regressed.
After
Feudal
the
Japan
apocalypse.
is back.
Yeah.
The only form of electricity they have are spotlights to power their stage.
That's all they can use it on, is entertainment.
I'm not super familiar with PassCode, but this song seems a bit lighter than what I remember hearing from PassCode, which seems to be like much heavier.
It's a lot more electronic, I think, than some of their others. It doesn't have near the rock influence.
I think this is like in terms of like how hard the rock is, it's on par with their previous like Axis single. It just this one I feel like has a little more of the electro influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
definitely
it's kinda
has
like
some of those like
old-
Eurobeat synths going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Pulsing.
It reminds me of the songs that they used to do when you couldn't hear them. You guys remember like those 2-3 songs they did when you can't hear any of the vocals because
Right, they were drowned out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
like their
a
last
terrible
3
idea.
singles.
No, it wasn't their last 3. It was the 2. It was a 2 or 3 before the last 2.
No, their last one was pretty bad too.
Axis was not as bad as the other ones. You can actually hear them.
Not as bad, but it was still pretty bad.
No, it was auto-tuned, but you can actually hear them. It wasn't the issue. Wasn't the volume. It was that it was auto-tuned. I actually listen to Axis semi-frequently, so I remember.
Yeah.
It's not a volume issue. It's an auto-tune issue.
Yeah. Never Sleep was bad.
Oh, Never Sleep is the one that's like all auto-tune.
And now I
that
know.
you can't hear. So this song goes through some phases that I don't know. It's sort of I don't know. It just cuts off in the middle and then turns into like a dance number.
Right.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 completely different songs.
Yeah.
I would say this is one of their better songs, even though it's kind of weird.
I like the progression of this song. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it's not hooking me.
That's
Yeah.
sort of I feel I can also agree with that though. Is the thing it has all these like different curveballs that it throws at you throughout the song, and I like that as an idea, and it does keep me interested. But there's not enough in each of those segments that kind of has the hook or the punch that I feel like it needs.
Yeah.
Like the song ultimately ends up sort of feeling its length of roughly 4 minutes.
Yeah. I'm okay. Maybe it's not a better song, but it's better mixed than their previous songs.
Right. Like for me, I can't really. I think it's in the chorus, honestly.
Yeah.
That you have a problem with, or
Yeah. I feel like if it had a more memorable chorus.
oh, for sure. That's my number one takeaway. Is like
it's hard for me to even like. I'm like clicking around, and at times I'm just like, what was the chorus for the song again?
I don't know.
Like, what is it leading up to? It just kind of, yeah. Like when they build up and they do the chorus, it just sounds kind of like they're still building towards the chorus, and the chorus hasn't actually come yet. But
it sounds
it
like
actually is a chorus, and it's just not really strong.
It sounds like everything but the chorus.
Yeah.
The whole song. Like there is no chorus in this song. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's the sad part because I really enjoy the instrumentals. I think it's really cool. I think it's hype. I like the mix of the rock, the heavy rock, and then the electro. I like that mix. I think it's a good balance.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here like impressed by the vocal melodies. There's no way I'm gonna like sing to this ever.
Yeah.
Right.
It's super disappointing in that way. But instrumentally, I think it's impressive.
Yeah, I think the only thing you might like even attempt to sing along to is actually the screaming and not anything else.
Yeah.
That's just the screaming's almost out of place in this.
I mean, it makes sense with the harder rock stuff, though.
Yeah. But not so much. But this is, I would say, more electronic than rock, and it kind of feels out of place at times. But it's only used a couple times anyway. So.
I mean, I've heard plenty of Japanese bands that do this stuff, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's actual band, by the way.
Yeah.
Music like this, where they're screaming the entire time, or most of the time. So, like, they do music exactly like this, where it's like heavy hard rock plus electro, and then they're screaming, and then there's like really high pitched auto tune singing. So, I think that's what this song is trying to go for, is that kind of sound.
Right. I can see the song killing in like a live setting.
Yeah.
When the music is just like blowing your ears out, and you know, you're with a bunch of hype people. Like I can see the song being like a real big hit.
Bunch of
just
hype
the
people.
studio recording itself is like really sort of, especially the way the vocals work out, and I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of times with bands that have like, or idol groups that have sort of harder music, nothing kills it more than vocals that don't kind of like live up to that, to the instrumentals. I feel like PassCode has that issue a lot of the time.
I feel like that's sort of the reason why the producer is intent on auto-tuning or auto-tuning heavily, or like manipulating the volume to hide the vocals or something. Like it seems like he's trying to hide something at a certain point. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but
yeah, I can
because
see
when they're
that.
all singing together, like during the chorus, it can come off as pretty strong, but then again, like they break off and do like individual lines, and it just like the power is completely gone again.
Yeah. I'm glad this one isn't as auto-tuned.
yeah.
I'm really glad about that.
It has its moments, right? Where they open
No,
up and
there's
there's
still
a dance floor. Yeah, there's auto-tune in there.
Yeah, there's still moments, but
But
it's
it's
not
not like what they've done before.
the entire song.
Yeah.
So this PV.
They're ninjas, man.
PV is really fun. I actually like this PV a lot.
Yeah,
For what it is.
it's cool.
fighting ninjas.
Yeah, I like the location that they chose, and I like all the sets they use, the period clothing that everyone's wearing, and the humor that they put into it. I just think it's really cool.
I think one of the disconnects for me with the song and the video is the part where they have the breakdancing.
Why? Did that throw you off?
Huh?
It's a dumb PV, man.
Yeah, but they're using like freaking Japanese flutes and the breakdancing in the middle of the video, and it's just like this.
I don't have
match.
an issue with that.
That's not an issue.
It's silly.
It's not really an issue. It's just a disconnect from it. It's just
I've seen weirder things.
Weird.
Than that, I think.
Well, I think Drake was just saying like it's not matching what he's seeing on screen. I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, but they're like.
I mean, like when the sliding doors open and everyone is in a rave party, like that makes sense because the music turned electric, right?
Yeah.
And it's a dance party scene.
Yeah, I would have expected
Reflecting the music. I think Drake was just saying like whatever is happening in the music, he's not seeing a connection with breakdancing, which I can understand. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a dumb PV about ninja girls singing fucking post-hardcore electro music. I expect anything after that.
Yeah, and I thought that segment was fun also, where they're trying to like, it's supposed to be like a dance-off or something, right?
Yeah.
And the members are just kind of gawking, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Who's
like,
gonna
oh,
go?"
shit.
Just pushing each other around.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Yeah.
No, I do like this song. I really like this song. Which says something considering I have not liked any of their songs up from like Next Stage.
I think this is still one of their stronger songs.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not completely behind every aspect of it. So I mean, like the song I can easily give like a 72. Just for some of the production issues that I mentioned and Yoshi has mentioned. That really affect like the actual listenability, like putting this on an MP3 player or playing it in the car or blasting in headphones. There are some caveats that come with it that affect my listening experience that would make me want to listen to the song a whole lot, but I do think, I don't know, this song is probably going to kill it live. If I saw this live, I'd totally be into it. The PV I can give like an 80. I think the PV is really fun. They use the location really well. A lot of times I feel like they get permission to shoot in shrines or temples, and then it usually looks really, really cheesy and underutilized. But here they use it pretty well, and they got a lot of extras that helps also. And they just have a lot of fun bits in it. So, yeah, I can give it like an 80, 82.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the area that they're filming, because I know that there's a few places where they do like reenactments and stuff, where they have the Edo period or whatever period it is that they're trying to represent modeled. So that maybe it's someplace like that they're filming, but I'm not sure. The song I'd give 75. I do enjoy the song. Not sure I'd put it on an MP3 player to take to work with me or something like that, but the PV's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
They're running around in the daytime eating, those dumpling ball things. Can't think what they're called.
Dongo.
Yeah.
I feel like the PV does a good job at escalating things. Like it starts off pretty straight, and then it gets weirder as it goes on.
So it's like what?
And it
what
gets
you
more
call
fun as it
pacing,
goes on.
I guess. Is like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like into what was happening in the PV.
Yeah, like from.
They would
start to
always
finish.
throw in things that are like really funny or interesting. To keep my attention.
Yeah.
So I'd give the PV probably a 77. I think it's. I think I'd rather watch the PV than listen to the song by itself. So.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just to watch the PV, I have no problem revisiting the song. It's just the song as a solo element. I don't know if I would be able to come back to it as strongly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll give the song a 70. As always with PassCode, there's always I guess it's just that my tastes don't mesh very well with PassCode's style, whether it's the excessive autotune, the volume weirdness, or the lacking of like a really good hook in any like part of the song. Super disappointing because I really want to like them. I really dig the sound, but there's just something always missing or something wrong for me. So I blame the producer on that. I don't fault the members at all, of course. They're doing as well as they could with it. And I'll give the PV an 80. I think it's super enjoyable. I think it's super interesting from start to finish. And there was no point in the PV where I was just bored looking at them dance or something, because it's happened quite a bit in PV. So
yeah, there's a good amount of personality in here.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Goofy. Yeah. All right, so that's PassCode's Ninja Bomber. We're gonna run to the next PV. We're gonna talk about Lyrical School. Run and Run. This PV is for smartphones.
Yeah.
So fuck, what are we doing watching it on the PC?
I also don't have an iPhone, so
yeah, so you can't really.
All these apps and like interface stuff wouldn't even make sense for me.
Nope.
Yeah, but you get the idea.
Yeah. It's a pretty genius idea.
It's pretty cool.
So
it went viral. Like,
yeah.
A lot of non-idol covering like Western outlets were citing this. Yeah.
That's
as
cool.
Sort of like a, like here's a music video that could potentially be dated even months from now, but it's still like one of the best, music videos tailored for the phone that exists out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many like hits did they usually get in their or PVs? Like
that's the thing. I don't really know. I don't. I feel like they don't reach hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I'm looking at 71,000 right now. It's pretty good.
No, I'm looking over like their TIFF Live from last year has 13,000.
But is that a PV though?
No, that's their live
PV?
from TIFF.
What do their official PVs get?
I don't see any official PVs.
They don't have. No, I've seen at least one official.
Well, yeah, they have them. I'm just not seeing them.
Let's see.
Fresh.
It's typically like Fresh has 100,000.
155. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But then on average, I would say they get like maybe 50,000.
Yeah, I'm looking at the song underneath it, and it says Wonderground.
Yeah, Wonderground was fairly recent.
Yeah.
Idol Rap.
So this is definitely like semi-viral, I guess, thanks
Yeah.
to media outlets covering it. The Vimeo upload has 1 million views according to Kyle. So that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it came out on Vimeo first, I believe.
Ah, that's why.
Their stuff on T-Pallet's got like 120, 140. So,
Yeah, so this is with 1 million hits on Vimeo and now 270K on YouTube. That's pretty good for them.
yeah. They've been going up, I would say. Brand New Day, which was released 2 years ago, has 85. And then Pride, which was a year ago, has 60.
Cool. So this PV is like, it's just a genius use of like the most impressive thing for me. It's not just like, hey, you hold your phone vertically, so this PV you can see in full like vertical view, right, or portrait view, if you will. The coolest thing that I'm noticing in the PV is their use of the Twitter interface and how they play the GIFs. Yep. Like it's fucking cool. Like I don't know, I've never seen anything like that in an idol PV at least.
It looks like
it is incredibly clever all the way through.
Yeah, it looks like there might be some like Vine stuff in there too that's been posted to Twitter that they're played. But I can't tell for sure exactly what they're using. Yeah, watching this on a computer, I can say is not necessarily enjoyable.
It's not the best experience. That's right. Sure.
It is only like a couple inches wide.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's incredibly accurate.
Yeah,
like the entire interface. I mean, it's not like they they screen captured like a phone or anything. Like they probably created all this like.
No, I think
from
they
scratch.
animated it. Yeah.
Yeah. To make it look identical, and it's crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, like they bring up the keypad, they're going through and creating all these GIFs that look like shit quality that you expect from Twitter. Like, you know, it's got all that stuff.
It's all decompressed
The loading and all
everything.
that, yeah.
They're FaceTiming each other, like that's fucking it's crazy. And there's one part where they're looking at the Twitter feed, if you will. And they do the whole like mirror in front of mirror thing where it's like a never-ending loop of the image.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like neat
or
little
when they're
ideas
like
that.
they scroll through and they pull it apart like it's like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
The director, the producer, whoever worked on this, whoever's
someone who really
this,
knows their phone made this.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
they did a fantastic job here.
Yeah.
Yep. I really liked the part where they were like scrolling through the Twitter timeline and the girls were like trying to emulate it and reaching through the screen.
Yeah. And actually reached through because it was just a like scrolling cardboard thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just they're constantly sort of putting new things that you wouldn't expect them to do. Changing things up all the time. It's good. It's a great TV.
It's fucking crazy.
So I mean, I feel like this PV.
Might be one of the
I don't
better
want
ones
to
this
just
year.
go off and say like, this gets 100.
I think it's close. I think for me, the only reason why I wouldn't get 100 is because they made this specifically for the phone, and I don't watch videos on my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, especially in portrait view.
Yeah.
So, to me, I don't really get an enjoyment out of this. Like, if I go back and watch it at a later date, I'm still going to see this vertical slice thing going on, you know?
That's true.
So...
Yeah.
But they maximize the fact that it's vertical on a phone.
Oh, no,
too.
it's genius.
Yeah,
it's
just
fucking genius.
to a level that no one ever expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. The PV is really good. I'm not so sure about this song.
Yeah.
I would say 90. I'll give it a 96.
For the PV.
Yeah, for the PV.
Right.
Song, it's honestly kind of hard to separate the song from this PV just because the PV is sort of I don't know. The PV leads the song for me. Like,
yeah, for sure. This is the most interesting part about the release, so.
right.
Yeah.
I do think I would listen to this song outside of just having the PV though. I do like this song a lot. I like Lyrical School a lot. I'm partial to their sound. I like their more upbeat songs like this one, especially. So, I mean, for me personally, this is sort of right up my alley. I can give the song like a 80. I'll give the song 83 for me.
And you gave the PV a 95?
96.
96. I would give the song probably a 78. It's there's something in the way it flows. It just doesn't quite work for me as much. The PV I would give like an 88. It's well thought out. It's different, and I do enjoy watching to see how they use it, but I think after a while it would get a little old. So
Yeah, I could see that. I'm not a big like idol rap guy. Like I'm not super into Rhymeberry, and when other idol groups do release like rap songs, I'm not super into it because they tend to do the, hey everybody, clap your hands, you know, like fucking Rapper's Delight style, like hip hop rap, whatever you want to call it, right? So it's not really my kind of situation. So I can't really give it a score any higher than like 75. I think it's decently catchy. I wish it was a little catchier, but it's decently catchy. There's some hooks in there. PV, I'll give it 95. It's perfect in every way. It's just that outside of viewing it on your phone, it's not the most interesting experience.
Yeah.
But just there's no way to not be impressed by the production quality of the video. It's super, super innovative and creative and genius and unbelievably well done.
Yep.
Very well timed.
It's like, this is what PV should be.
PV of the year potential, man.
I would say so. I think this is the best PV I've seen all year in terms of just production and quality. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lyrical School, Run and Run. Next up, Hiragi Rio, Bonsai Bonsai. So Draco, you had a question. It is in fact written by Hidine.
Well,
produced by is in the title. So
I kind of thought it was a Hidine song, but no, I was thinking of a different one from a year or two ago that had him in it.
Mm-hmm.
Vampire something or other, I think it was the name of it.
It was like Hiragi Rio featuring Hidine or something?
No, it was Hidine featuring Hiragi Rio.
Oh, okay.
Technically, but it was more her than him.
This song's pretty great.
It's pretty good.
I like this song.
Yeah. This song is...
It has really catchy aspects to the song.
Yeah. Very anime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, her voice is very anime.
Yeah.
I thought she was a voice actress, but then I looked her up
Yeah.
and it said performing idol. I'm like, oh, okay. So she's... Like, we have some articles on her. Zach has written articles on her, so...
Yeah.
I thought she dabbled in seiyuu work, but I guess she really hasn't. It just comes off that way, so...
Okay, then I guess it's not who I thought it was, because the one I'm thinking of is a voice actress.
Oh, I don't know.
And the song
Maybe
is-
she is. I don't know. The way I read it was that she is a performing idol, so...
Yeah. No, she's done solo lives and stuff, so...
Yeah, she just has that like really like seasoned voice that like I would expect from a really well experienced voice actress.
Yeah. I'm not so sure about the cameras in the video.
I mean, like semi-Japan
PV?
filter.
No, I'm talking about
The scene where the dance scenes where it's like a far shot and you just see all the cameras pointed at her.
yeah.
She's like a celebrity or
Yeah, I think it's just like
Yeah.
a tongue-in-cheek type thing.
Yeah. Until she smacks the camera.
Yeah.
It almost knocks it over.
Are you worried about the cameras because they're
No.
expensive? Then
No.
what? What's your problem, Draco?
It just seems like it's in the way and limiting the choreography.
Yeah, I can see that. The PV has a ton of personality. It really sells Hyagi Ryo just as a performer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of variety. She's really expressive.
Usually solo idol PVs tend to be boring.
Yeah, this is
But
anything
this-
but.
Yeah, this PV is pretty interesting.
And it lets you know who she is.
Yeah, like what she's into, like what's her style. Like it's all out there. There's no questions or, you know. I with this song, I don't feel like there's any like untapped potential or like, oh, if she only did this, it would be a better song. I feel like this is just a solid.
Balls out.
Yeah, this is everything.
This
And it all works for me.
This is Hidine at his best, where he's like really gotten to know the artist and really writes a song that fits him.
Yeah, I can see this as an example of that. It just feels like a completely cohesive release.
Package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just nothing feels out of place or overproduced or underproduced. Although on this screen, a lot of the lights seem to blow out. So like when she's wearing like white, or in some close-up shots, like feel like
I can't
feel
tell
like
if it's
it's all
Japan
washed
filter
out.
or
Or,
not.
it's not Japan filter, but I think it's the high contrast.
I don't know.
Or is it YouTube compression?
Where like, yeah, I mean it could
Yeah.
be. Not sure, but especially when she's wearing white, it just disappears. Like there's no detail whatsoever, right? Like when she's wearing the dress with the white, it's just a big white blob.
Yeah. I mean, the background's white too, so.
Yeah. So it all she disappears into the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even during the cosplay scenes, some of the shots are pretty washed out
Yeah.
when she's like in the wig and
I
stuff.
wish they went more for, just like image readability. It was just clearer instead of like vibrant to the point where you lose a ton of detail. That's what I
feel
would
like-
prefer, I guess.
Like some scenes, it loses like FPS or something. Like, I don't know if it's blur action.
I feel like it's definitely shot with multiple cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it feels like it's slow motion from time to time when it's switching like scenes.
Yeah.
It's just like it loses frames for a couple seconds or a split second. But other than that, like this PV is super fun. It's
Yeah. Honestly, it's not a song that I listen to very often, like the very like Dempa inspired Akiba idol music.
yeah.
Yeah.
But and even with this song, like as much as I like it, I'm just not like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not familiar enough to incorporate it into my like daily listening or playlists or anything like that. But,
I think this one will.
yeah, if any song, I would definitely want to revisit this song and listen to it more. So,
Remember we talked about Denpa song last week?
yeah.
I feel more hook from this one than Denpa
I feel like this has a stronger
Oh,
hook,
yeah.
for sure.
It's pretty clear that this one has a bigger hook, better hook.
Yeah,
It's,
if you're going
like,
to put it,
super catchy.
like head to head, I would actually go with this one.
I would put this on my MP3 player.
I also think this
Definitely.
song's a little less aggressive with the Denpa-ness.
Yeah.
This song feels more anime style rather than Denpa style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it helps to only have this just her rather than a group in this song.
And it's also not like crazy Denpa vocals going on, where it's
Yeah.
just high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with Demba Gumi, it's amplified because it's like multiple members singing that high at the same time, right? Whereas here, it automatically feels a little more restrained because it's one member or one person. It's a solo act.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that works in this song's favor.
Yeah.
It still has that like super, like rapid fire vocal delivery that a lot of Dempa songs have. Song, I will have to give it, let's see here. It's gonna get at least an 80. It's probably not gonna hit 90. I'll give it like a 80. I'll give it 86. And the PV, I'll give it the same score. I just think it's one of the most enjoyable solo act projects I've seen, just as a whole. PV, the song, personality. I haven't been this impressed by anything by a solo idol since maybe like early Kikawa Yu. So yeah. Get
There has to
86
be
across the board.
something that we liked by a solo idol almost as much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say that
There have been impressive songs and like
I would say God, Ayumi?
Muto Ayami.
Yeah, Muto Ayami is probably the one of the ones that impressed me the most.
Ono Erina.
hmm.
May her career rest in peace.
Hey man, she had her song or couple songs.
I love your music, dude. I loved
Yeah.
your music. I was a Ono Erina solo career apologist. I still am.
I don't think you got nothing to defend as far
No,
as
it's just like people didn't like gravitate towards her as I thought you would. You know.
Yeah.
I understand solo idols aren't the coolest things these days, but there's every now and then you get your Kikawa Yus, your Mono Arenas, and your Ono Arenas, and your Hiragi Rios, and Omito Ayamis. You know, there's a couple that come around that are very impressive, but fortunately, the Japanese music industry is not very interested in solo ones.
Not anymore. Not since the 80s, really.
No. It's disappointing.
I would give this... I would give both the song and the PV an 88. I really enjoy it. I enjoy watching her try and learn how to play baseball and fail.
I mean, she caught a ball. She caught one.
Try to learn how to play baseball is not a very accurate
that show with PassCode, trying to learn how to play baseball.
Yeah.
It's usually not a good outcome. Oh, you see how she wears that blonde wig and puts in like blue contact lenses?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty badass.
It is.
Pretty cool. Like that look.
She's just, she showcases so many different sides, you know, and through cosplay and through stuff that she clearly enjoys. I think that just comes across really strongly.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 different hairstyles in this. The amount of time it must have taken to shoot this was...
Yeah, like this comes across as a project with passion behind it. And I think it's clear to anybody who watches this or hears this. So it's hard not to be taken in.
Yep.
All right. For me, I'm gonna give the song an 85. I think it's really, really good. I think it can grow on me a little more. So, you know, there's room for growth. I could go up to a 90, let's say. It's possible. We'll see. PV, super enjoyable. I just don't like the faded color look.
Yeah.
Not so much Japan filter, but there is that fade color thing going on. So that's like an automatic -10, so I'll give it like a 75. It would have been an 85. It would have been an 85 had it not been for the weird color treatment. But yeah, it's a super enjoyable PV, nonetheless. So yeah, that's Hiragi Ryo. Banzai Banzai. Super impressive. We're all impressed by that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see if we are impressed by Faint Star. Never ever. Taku Takahashi remix. DJ Taku in the house.
So when they call this a Taku Takahashi remix, does it mean like there's an original floating around? I don't know about.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. If you, it's actually in my recommended as up next.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the original song.
Yeah.
And that one got like
25,000 views.
The same amount of views, I guess.
Well, this one has, you know, Taku Takahashi, man. That name and money, man. So yeah, the dubstep is real in this song. It's like a straight up dubstep breakdown here.
Yeah.
This is the clubbiest song.
As I was watching this, the only thought I had was they must have got a hell of an upgrade. Because this group is all about, if I'm not getting them confused, they're all about being like robots.
Is it?
Like in a different way from Femme? Or like do they actually roleplay as robots?
Is it Femme that does that? I thought.
Yeah, Femme does the super like mannequin.
They act like mannequins.
Robot thing.
Are you just making shit up, man? Come on.
I just find the song hilarious against like the serene like Oceanside.
It makes no fucking sense.
It's okay, so the fact that you pointed me towards the original and their music video, which is super like, you know, robotic and techno-y.
Perfume.
Yeah, perfume like.
Yeah.
And just it's like some like weird like EDM music video type crazy video distortion and effects going on in there. Whereas this one, which is kind of the crazier song because it's a remix, they just got like a bunch of weird like B documentary footage and just kind of put them all together for this remix. But it results in this really odd effect of, it's these two women walking around, standing in front of lighthouses and stuff with crazy club music playing, which is really funny.
That's I really enjoyed the song.
I like the song a lot. I like the song more than the original, probably.
I don't remember the original, so I couldn't say on that. But
I don't know what the original sounds like.
No, I just gave it a rudimentary listen while we were talking about it.
It reminds me a lot, the PV does, of like tour footage, like stuff you do while you're on vacation or something.
Right.
And touring around the country or something. And I have no idea of like any of the locations that they visit.
It's probably just random places.
Maybe.
And it makes absolutely makes no sense with the song. It's nuts.
Yeah.
This song just hits hard. I love this song. It's a club banger.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely enjoy the song. The PV is kind of whatever.
Song I can easily give like an 85.
Wow.
It's PV though. It's PV though, man. I have no idea. This PV kind of sucks.
It's okay. Yeah, it sucks.
This PV sucks.
There's no other way around it. It sucks.
It's a bunch of like scrapped leftover footage from various things like put together. Not even in like a. It's not even put together. No.
That's not even the worst part. The worst part of the PV is when they're just walking around in the middle of nowhere, in, like lighthouse, and they're touching the side of the lighthouse, like caressing it. It's it's boring as fuck. Like their images in the studio or in the coffee shop looking place. That's way more interesting than like when they're outside and touching the fucking lighthouse. You know?
Yeah.
So PV's like 50. 45, 40, I don't know. It's not good. That's what I would put it at.
I'm not quite as hard on the PV. I would say like a 70. It's kind of interesting to see them so stiffly walking through some of the locations.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a dichotomy there that's interesting. Especially with them then in like the club scenes where they're rocking out.
Right.
So I do enjoy watching it. The song I would give...
You're crazy.
Yeah, you tell me that a lot. The song I would give like a 85. I do enjoy it. It makes me want to dance, and I don't dance.
I would definitely play this. I want this song blasting out of my speakers.
Okay, if you two host a party and play this song, I will dance my ass off. I will twerk to this, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not fucking listening to this on my own.
I am listening to this song on my own, by myself, alone in the room.
This is the type of music I like to listen to when I'm working. It's good, upbeat, fast.
Yeah, just have stuff playing while I'm like reading or catching up on the internet. It's a sick song.
I don't think I can.
Why? What would you give it?
What did you say, Draco? You said 85?
Yeah.
The song?
85,
and they said like 86 or something?
Yeah, I think it was like 85, 86. I don't remember what number I spit out half the time.
Well, you guys both gave it mid 80s. I'll give us like a 70. This is how I feel.
70? That's like a high 60, Yoshi.
Yeah, so it's not like all that impressive to me.
Damn.
It's like okay, if someone bought me an Edged Up Monkeys album, let's say it existed, this would be the B side.
I don't know about that, man.
Album song.
Nah.
And I would skip the whole album.
We'll see.
It's another one of these things where when idol groups do straight up EDM like this, or like straight up rap like Lyrical School, I can't get into it. It's just not my kind of music. So
Crazy, man.
the best part about the song is Taku Takahashi throwing in those weird, like, aggressive dubstep and like that horn in the breakdowns. That's the best part of the song. The rest of it is like super boring. That's why it's a 70. If it wasn't for that, it'd be like a 60. Thanks, DJ Taku. And a PV is like a 50. It's not good. It's boring as fuck.
Yes. Whatever.
All right, so we're about coming up on the hour mark, so I think we're gonna make this one the last PV we're gonna talk about in the show.
Sure.
Here, this is also Faint Star. This one's called "Destruction" by Ike Uchi Yoshikatsu remix.
So there's an original song of this also.
I guess so.
Yes.
God damn it! It's
And
a
I
fucking
didn't-
remix.
I didn't listen to the original again.
Came out
but
in
in the up
October.
next, it shows the original.
Of course.
Yeah. Came out in October. It's a much softer song than this.
What a terrible PV this is.
That's Faint Star quality.
Oh,
I
which
mean,
one?
I know they didn't have to make a PV for a remix, you know? I can appreciate that they took a step forward and said, let's release a video for this remix. You know, they could easily not have put out anything. But it's so, like, for what they're doing, smashing up phones, it's so bland. It
Yeah.
is the most boring video of people smashing phones.
But it's kind of interesting. It's like a minimalistic.
And also, none of them are actually hitting the phones. Neither of them ever hit
Yeah,
a phone
no one else.
with a hammer. Because the camera always cuts away, and if you look at the table, the phones haven't been touched at all. Like, just by the like flawless, like, you know, you can see the reflection off of the phones, like they haven't been hit at all.
Yeah.
So it's just the members holding the hammers high, looking like they're gonna hammer those phones.
You know,
and the
those
camera
are-
cuts away to someone else, probably with like a helmet or something, like
No,
hitting
those
the hammers
are
real hard.
those are their phones. They didn't have it in the budget to buy a new phone to break. Those are their phones. That's why they stopped before they actually hit it. And then they bought some like knockoff, not knockoff, but like broken phones from like a place in Akiwa that sells like broken electronic goods.
Yeah,
And then they use that
probably.
as the smashing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
But
And
I
then
think this
they-
PV's way more interesting than the other one.
It is, because here you actually know what the concept is and what they're doing.
I guess.
But just the execution is, they're in a dim room with a table and a bucket of phones, and none of them are actually hitting any of those phones.
No.
It's just sucks all the impact out of it. I don't know.
And they look so happy doing it too.
Yeah. I mean,
The
it's
song-
a stress release.
Yeah. It would be stress relief if
If
they
you
actually
actually-
hit any of those
yeah.
phones.
I'm sure they hit the table.
They hit something.
Yeah, they hit like pillows.
See, I actually do wonder if they didn't do it because they dump out a whole bucket of
They
like
definitely
old
did
phones.
not. I am 100% sure.
I don't think it was.
Look at all of the wide shots of them like winding up to hit these phones. Just look at how pristine they all are.
I don't know. I mean, that bucket of phones, maybe, but
And at the very
The
end, the last
rest?
shot is them like shoving the phones off. None of them look dilapidated.
They aren't. They're clean.
They are
Yeah.
they are untouched phones.
They probably put like a pillow, like a whole bunch of pillows on the bottom, so when they knocked it off, it fell right onto the pillow, so there's no damage.
yeah, maybe. So they can then go sell them back to the electronics store and get their money back.
Yeah. Get a ring.
And like I can't. The song made no impact because I was too distracted.
What?
Being like,
This is the better song.
I cannot agree with you.
There's that one hook. There's that hook. Da, da, destruction. It's fucking good. There's no hook like that in the previous song. This song actually has a hook. The fuck
The
is wrong
previous
with
song
you?
has a instrumental hook.
Okay, but this song has a better vocal hook than DJ Taku's keyboard hook.
I would prefer that.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
I'm with Day on this one.
Fuck.
I just feel like the drop is just super kind of generic.
It is. I agree with that.
Down, 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 down.
I'm pretty sure I heard this from Edge Dub Monkeys or Stereo Tokyo.
Right, right.
The same exact sound. Like same exact rhythm, same notes.
Right. Yeah, I could totally imagine
Yeah.
either of those groups dancing to the song.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I don't like the song. I think the song is still fine. I would prefer Never Ever over Destruction.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer. Well, no, I do prefer Never Ever over this one.
We're all talking about the remixes
Yeah.
in the end.
I bet the originals aren't as good.
The original for this one doesn't sound anything like this.
I can imagine.
So, we actually did cover that one when it came out.
Did we?
Well, before you joined, yeah, because it was in
Gotcha.
October of last year,
Yeah, I joined in like November.
Ah.
I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, October. I had to make sure I wasn't talking about the other one, the original for it. And that PV was weird. It was like paint being dropped on glass and then them behind it. It was weird.
So, what is your verdict on Destruction?
Me?
Yeah.
I would give the song like a 78. It's a lot weaker than Never Ever.
78 still means you enjoy the song quite a bit.
Yeah, it still makes me,
Really? Is it 78?
It still makes me head bop to it. But
78. How no one can tell you 78 is a bad score.
Yeah, but
I
it's like
wouldn't-
always missing something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I see 78 as like I am satisfied with this product.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean that you're impressed.
I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is kind of 78 leans more towards being impressed than say 72
Oh yeah,
or 75.
it's higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really not impressed with this. I mean,
What?
it's okay, but I would listen to it, but I wouldn't. Yeah.
All right. PV?
PV, a 50. I mean, there's really nothing there that's engaging to watch. Other than their
You don't like the phone destruction?
No. No, I would prefer their
You prefer them walking around?
no, their looks of utter elation as they swing the hammer at thin air.
Yeah. Yeah.
As they hit nothing.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I would give the song. I mean, that's the thing. See, I would give the song like a 76, but I feel like Draco is more negative than me on the song. I just feel like the song is a little more boilerplate. Just in terms of, what the instrumentals are doing at any given moment. I could agree that the vocal side is stronger than Never Ever. Never Ever.
Never ever.
Yeah, Never Ever?
Ever ever.
But, I don't know. I feel like with these kinds of remix songs, the instrumental kind of makes it or breaks it for me. So, just gonna have to give the edge to Never Ever in that respect. Yeah, like the PV is, I like it better than Never Ever's PV. I mean, there's something here. There's actual destruction here. There's a concept. Let's smash phones. while we don't really smash phones. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like a 65. There's some charm here, but it's just like not enough to make it last through the entire PV of them not really hitting these phones.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I'm going to give the PV a 62. It's definitely way better than the previous one, like we've all stated. It's way more enjoyable. But it's not a PV you can watch multiple times without being completely bored.
Yeah,
And there's Japan filter going on.
sure.
So that's like automatic minus 10. So there you go. Would have been a better PV without Japan filter. That's just how it goes. Song, I'll give it a 75, 76. I'll give it a 76. It's about average for me. Better than Never Ever for me personally. So yeah, I probably prefer this one over Never Ever Destruction.
Watching this PV though, I definitely do get a little more of a femme similarity vibe when they're doing their choreography and
when they're in
everything.
this chair,
Yeah,
sitting.
they do it like completely like dead faced and like they're mannequins also. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's definitely similarities there in the presentation.
They're a little more animated in the.
Yeah.
At
I mean,
least,
they definitely try to make a contrast between like here is them having fun and then here is them being robots.
Yeah, they have a little more body expression in the original. Still like no facial expression, but.
So in that one they're perfume, and this one they're femme.
No, they're still pretty femme in the original.
Oh, okay. So that's what they're going for, I guess.
I don't know what they're going for.
Who the hell knows?
They're faint star.
Main star, Destruction, Ikeuchi Yoshikatsu remix. That's gonna be it for the show. Thank you to the two of you for joining us for the very first episode of NSK's PB Power Hour for April 16th, 2016. That's gonna wrap up the show, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, see ya.
Later.